On air. And I go to upstream key or turn that off.
They did a thing.
Yep. Okay, we are going live.
Yay.
Hopefully any second now we will see us. Woohoo! Okay.
Okay.
We see us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, welcome to Animal Education Podcast, Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica.
Days
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah, so basically we've been doing usually one day a podcast or maybe splitting the day into a couple podcasts like with day 2. But I could only get one animal figure, and even with that, there wasn't a lot of animals on day 4 in specific. So we will have an animal for day 4, but a lot of this podcast will be about day 5.
Okay.
And then it will be similar for the next one, which is the last one, which we will be covering mostly day 6, but also we'll have an animal from day 7, which was the last day. So
Okay.
yeah, so we should be
Yeah, so everything's
excited
working
for
good.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, working
All
good.
right.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
so technically we got here in day 3, but we'll be talking about days 4 and 5 specifically when we were when I was in Monteverde. So Monteverde.
Oh, and so we want to go to your PowerPoint.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
For auto.
So Monteverde
There we go.
is a mountainous region that borders the Arenal region. So like the Arenal volcano kind of leads up into that.
Okay.
And despite this, you have to go the long way around, which is over 3 hours driving around the Lake Arenal. But anyway, you get there and you're in cloud rainforest, which is similar to rainforests in the lowlands, but obviously it's in the mountains. It's cooler and it's much damper due to the fogs and clouds.
Okay.
Which even allows for unique habitats and certain life to appear, such as subaquatic ferns that grow on trees instead of
Okay.
in the water.
Okay.
And moss is everywhere. And it's almost always raining or misty or foggy or something.
Okay.
Except when I was there. I
Except
don't
when you
know
were
why. It barely rained at all the entire time.
I'm gonna see if I can do this.
Oh, you're...
I'm gonna see if I can do this while you talk.
Yeah, okay, that looks good.
We're gonna back it off. Sorry, gang.
So yeah, that is this, and then here's an image I took from near the top of a mountain in
Okay.
Monteverde, which was like 2,500 something feet in the air, I think. So we were pretty high up there.
It's cool to see rainforest, like a picture that you actually took at a rainforest. We see
Yeah.
pictures of rainforest all the
Technically,
time.
cloud forest, remember?
Cloud
which
forest,
is
yes,
mountain
yes, we
rainforest.
were way up high, yeah,
So
yeah.
you weren't there.
But we get to see the picture.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, but what animal do you think I saw in this? What animal do you think I'll be talking about that I saw in this cloud forest?
Well, I mean, I would guess sloth.
No, we already did all that. We did
We
both
already did
species of
sloth,
sloth.
though.
Both species are in Costa Rica.
Yeah. So
You get one more guess, and then we're going on to what animal it is.
a monkey.
Nope. We have the Costa Rican red leg tarantula.
Oh.
Yes,
Here,
even
so
though it's
what
kind
I'm
of
gonna do,
orange
I'm gonna go to
legs,
switcher.
but-
I'm gonna go to super source auto.
Yeah, so this is the
There you
Costa
go. So
Rica.
if you look in the camera there, you'll see. Okay, so yeah, there.
Costa
Oh, that's
Rican
working well.
red leg
Yeah.
tarantula. Scientific name: Abdomegaphobema mesomialis.
Nice.
So-
That was a lot of syllables for something that looks like it could kill you.
Okay, they're really chill actually. So anyway, so class Arachnida, which is arachnids. It's a spider, so an order Arachnidae. And then family Megalomorphae, which is the tarantulas and funnel spiders, things like that. So your bigger spiders, your
Okay.
bigger, more ground-oriented spiders.
Okay.
And then this one specifically would be in a subgroup called the orange-kneed tarantulas.
If you kind of
Like that?
lean it like that a little bit, yeah.
The orange.
Oh wait, so I got to go back to super
tarantulas,
source. Hang on, he's trying to
which
show you something. Here.
I have here in my epic Spiders of the World: A Natural History.
Yeah.
So this, that's probably this is the orange-kneed tarantula. That's like the most famous tarantula from Mexico. I think the Mexican orange-kneed tarantula is the most famous.
Cool.
The one we're talking about here is the Costa Rican red leg tarantula, which still kind of has orange legs, to be honest.
Yeah.
But leg span of 5 to 8 inches, so that might be kind of right, but the legs are really spread out.
Yeah, this is probably the minimum. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, this is probably 5 to 6 inches. But
Yeah, so
yeah.
diet is insects and maybe a small critter if it could grab it, but
Yeah.
mainly insectivore.
Yeah.
And despite what you might think, because I feel like most people think tarantulas are in desert,
Yeah.
this species is found only in the rainforests and cloud forests of Costa Rica.
Isn't this him right here?
Close relative, probably.
Oh, okay. I just saw that there.
But yeah, so this is a rainforest tarantula.
And says he's like poisonous, I assume.
Venomous.
And venomous. And what does he eat?
Insects, maybe some small animals if you could grab them, like a frog or something.
Oh, so something as big as a frog or a little...
But there's some really tiny frogs in in Costa Rica.
Okay.
Actually, hopefully shortly after this podcast comes out, I'll be posting a LinkedIn post about last podcast, like animals that were also from the night walk, and I do talk about the pygmy rain frog.
Okay.
Which I'm not even sure grows more than like an inch or two.
Okay.
So there's some quite small animals out there. Anyway, so the image from above is the Wikipedia image, but the image below, I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. Someone on the trip took this image, because what we did was the one person that did social media took the picture, and then we all walked by because we didn't want to disturb this tarantula too much. Yeah. Just for it was in a hole in its burrow.
Yeah.
And apparently the females can stay in a burrow like that for a year or two, which if you're doing guided tours is really nice because you always know where to find a tarantula. But yeah, so this was a female just in her hole, probably waiting to breed, and living life. So
nice.
But we were calm and quiet, but she was pretty chill.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, so the males wander nomadically to find the mates, while the females stay in the holes.
Yeah.
And then the males mate and hopefully don't get eaten.
However, that's a thing with spiders.
Yes. However, interestingly enough, with this species specifically, the females are pretty tolerant.
Okay.
And sometimes the males would even live with them for a while.
Oh.
But sometimes the females do eat the males.
Get to know your assassin.
Sometimes the males do sometimes the females do eat the males. But actually, of all the tarantula species, these guys are actually pretty tolerant when it comes to eating their mates.
So it's that first disagreement over which Chinese food to order. But she's like, eh.
But yeah, so this is the Costa Rican red-legged tarantula, which it was cool to see a tarantula in the wild, especially in a place that I think most people don't think about there being tarantulas up in a 2,500 feet up in the rainforest.
Up in the clouds, yeah. It's kind of, Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
That's the Costa Rica. And then, so that was day 4. Day 5, we leave for the Central Pacific coast, but before that, I heard a new bird outside the hotel in the Monteverde cloud forest.
Okay.
This is the northern emerald toucanet, and I have a little figure here.
I'll put up your
Costa Rica.
Super Source.
I got a little figure of this little figure from Costa Rica. So this is authentic Costa Rican wood,
fallen wood from a rainforest. I'm sure they didn't cut down a tree.
Oh yeah, Costa Rica's very, very
they're very friendly. Natural. So they will not cut down a tree just to make a bird. They will find a fallen tree to make a bird. Very cool.
Yep. So this is northern emerald toucanet. It is a toucan. So class Avis, order Piciformes, which includes woodpeckers and toucans.
Okay.
And then family Ramsophasid, the toucan family.
Yeah.
But yes, so toucanets
as opposed to the three cans.
A small subgroup of toucans. So there's like toucans, acaris, and toucanets. And acaris and toucanets are more closely related than they are to the toucans.
So are acaris and toucanets smaller?
Yes.
Okay.
But it is still considered a toucan,
but
it's more related to all the other smaller toucans, like the acaris and especially other toucanets, than it is to the actual big toucans.
The ones we think of when you think of a toucan.
Like the ones we discussed in the last other podcast.
Do we know what toucan means?
No.
No? I don't know.
I have no idea. I know in Pokemon they used it to mean toucanon, and the toucan Pokemon can charge up its beak like a railgun or something.
Hey Google. What does the word toucan mean in its native language? She don't know.
The word toucan comes from the Tupi language of Brazil, where the bird is found.
Tupi language of Brazil.
The Tupi word, which is tucano or tucana,
Tucano.
is actually an imitation of the bird's call.
Oh, so it's named after its call.
Okay.
The kind of the call.
Well, whichever toucan species lives down there.
Yeah.
Because none of the ones we discussed, I think, get that far south. Maybe the keelbills, but yeah.
That's about as far as I trust Google to answer questions.
Anyway, so yeah. So this is, again, smaller. So its length is 11 inches to 1 foot 3 inches, so 15 inches.
Okay.
It only weighs 5.3 to 8.5 ounces, so it's not that big of a bird.
Typical bird, light.
Isn't omnivore, but they eat a lot of fruit. And For this one, it has a reason. I bet this applies to a lot of the other birds we discussed.
Okay.
If they don't eat a lot of fruit, they can get easily overloaded with iron. Like they need the fruit to deal with iron.
Okay.
Similar to how if humans get too much iron, they get hemochromatosis, which is over iron disease.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's one of the reasons they need to eat a lot of fruit.
Okay. And now, I mean, I guess I think of toucans as getting like big nuts in their beaks and cracking.
No, that's parrots and macaws.
Parrots and macaws. Got
No,
it.
toucans
Okay.
eat more like fruit and
Toucans are
stuff.
fruit. Okay.
And other small like insects, things like that.
Okay. All right.
This is a gregarious species that can live up into groups of 10.
Okay.
I have no idea how many I saw because I heard one while getting on the bus. There could have been one, there could have been 10. I didn't see them. That's why we only have the Wikipedia image.
Right.
So yeah. But it was still cool to hear and then buy the figure and get to discuss this cute little bird.
Nice. Nice. And and I think of toucans as like their beak being this big, but you're saying these are much smaller.
It still has a
than the
large beak.
Well,
for,
I mean, in comparison to, but I'm saying overall,
yeah,
we think of toucans.
And
as,
then
like,
there's actually
more-
another group that I think is even more distantly related called the barbets, and
Okay.
they have really tiny bills actually.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, they're so big for a bird bill, like in body size, but compared to toucan, even smaller than like what the toucanets have.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. Also, these guys breed from March to July, so I would have been there right when the breeding season started.
Okay.
They lay 1 to 5 eggs, and then both parents help take care of the eggs. Though it was noted that the females do a lot more of the work than the males.
Well, so are the females on the egg taking care of it, and the males are bringing them fruit?
Well, apparently, I said specifically that the females incubate a lot more.
Okay.
So that's a
sit on
possibility.
the egg a
Yeah.
lot more, or nest, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's get this book out
Okay.
so we can find the...
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back to arm therapy.
So yeah,
So let's switch over here so they can see what we're doing here. We had it in our other camera today.
Oh. Okay. Scientific name for this one is Alucorhynchus parsinus. Let's see. Where is Alucorhynchus parsinus in this book? Right here. So, emerald toucanet.
You can try holding that up there. Remember, you got to tilt it. There you go. Are we looking at the right page?
It's
That one. Right
that
there.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this
not a
is
lot
the
of
All the
sexual
Birds of the
dimorphism.
World book
Yeah.
that we use all the time.
Not a lot of sexual dimorphism. They live throughout Central America and even a little bit into South America. What's interesting, this happened again in the what is it? In the when I did research online. Their range maps tend to only show Mexico to Nicaragua.
Okay.
But like I heard one in Costa Rica. They're kind of
Oh.
seen in Costa Rica. I don't know. It's
Well,
some weird
it's
fluke.
it's Bugs Bunny logic. The bird didn't read the book.
Yeah, the bird. So you know. But yeah, so that is the Northern Emerald toucanet. Sorry.
We gotta
All
put
right.
the books on my left arm.
So that was the wrap up of Monteverde,
Okay.
and then we went down to the Central Pacific Coast. Now,
Okay.
the entire time I've basically been in mountains and rainforest throughout this entire trip, for the most part.
Right.
But now we're going down to the Central Pacific Coast, where instead it's dry tropical forest. So
Okay.
especially while we were there during the dry season, it's pretty dry.
Okay.
So what happens is that from the Pacific, which is where the Pacific side, is that one of our cars? I doubt it.
No.
No. Okay. Wait, my car's not even here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Hopefully
the
it's not
clouds
your
come
car.
in from the Pacific, and they just kind of the moisture is up high, and it
Okay.
comes in and it condenses on the mountaintops.
Okay.
So that causes the cloud forest, and then it rains into the Caribbean side,
Oh,
which
okay.
leaves, especially during the dry season, leaves the Pacific side very dry.
Okay.
Obviously, it does rain. So,
Right.
like, dry forests do actually have very wet, rainy seasons.
But a specific season.
Yes.
Not constantly. Okay.
As you can see from this image, which I think is somewhat farm field, but you can still see it's overall much drier place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But a lot of the animals are not actually that different. A lot of animals do come down. But
Okay.
one of the animals that, like, you're going to be seeing more on the coast, actually, is none other than the American crocodile.
Nice.
So we got to go on a river tour specifically for crocodiles.
Okay.
And,
Here, let me get your super source here.
Yeah.
Super source.
And not only that, apparently the population of crocodiles that live in this river are some of the largest American crocodiles in the world.
So this is not to scale with his hand.
No.
What a real crocodile is. They're much bigger.
No, yeah. They range from 8'2" to 12'8".
Okay.
And they can get bigger.
Okay.
The biggest one I saw, which is shown in the bottom image there.
Okay. Here I can move.
Oh, no, my computer just restarted.
Oh, well,
It
it'll
does
come
this.
back up. Yeah, it'll come back up.
Sorry, my computer,
let's
we
go
don't know
to
why
computer.
it does this. It just randomly restarts.
That's okay. But anyway, so tell us about the.
But yeah, so the American crocodile. So the biggest one we saw there was named. They named him Mike Tyson. The tour guides had a lot of fun with naming the crocodiles. There was other ones, including a one with was it what's that called? Bichromia.
Oh,
there was one with
yeah.
Bichromia. They named Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
They had one named Akira.
Bichromamatia something.
The
yes.
second biggest one was named Osama bin Laden. They had a lot of fun naming the crocodiles in Costa Rica.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyway, let's. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Let's pull up the PowerPoint again real quick.
So, but then you have.
But anyway, so the biggest one, Mike Tyson, was like 15 feet long. So they do get bigger.
And Mike Tyson swam up to your boat.
Yes.
They were sitting in a boat, and Mike Tyson was just like, dude.
He
and then I
swam
think
up.
he went under the boat
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
But they're very used to the boats.
Okay.
And also, a lot of animals tend to not really comprehend, especially if people are quiet, that the boat is a bunch of people in a boat.
They say that about Africa with lions.
Yeah, if
and
you're
stuff.
quiet, obviously if you start screaming at them, they'll notice.
They figure
but-
out that you're alive, yeah.
Yeah, but-
they don't recognize what a car is, and they don't recognize that you're not part of it.
Yeah.
It's just this thing, like a boulder.
Also, the crocodiles probably, if they're not actively hunting, they're not going to bother. Because
Yeah,
crocodiles,
yeah.
they eat occasionally large meals.
Right. You have to start your thing start your presentation.
Oh, come on. This is boring. All right. I'm not sure why I said boring, but anyway. Okay. Crocodilus.
Oh, that's not what I
acutus.
wanted for.
Yeah. So Reptilia, Crocodilia, Crocodiliae. It's a crocodile. That's basically what all that science stuff means.
Okay.
They can weigh from 110 to 550 pounds, but they can get bigger again.
Okay.
And they can get longer. So there is a rumor that they can grow forever. That's
Yeah.
not true. They do eventually get old and like go through the senescence like we do, and their cells stop and then they die. So,
Oh,
like,
okay. Because there's some animals that just like lobster.
yes, lobsters kind of do that.
Who just kind of they would keep growing.
Yeah.
They just can't sustain.
Yeah.
The amount of energy, but their cells continue to reproduce.
However, crocodiles do eventually. However, if they have the right genetics
Right.
and are born large enough,
Right.
they can
Get
just
massive.
Get massive,
Yeah,
yeah.
get massive, yeah.
So obviously, the Mike Tyson was a 15-footer, so
Right.
that's quite large. But
Right.
there's legends of like 30-foot crocs back when we didn't hunt all the big ones and kill them all.
Right.
And theoretically, 20 to 30-foot crocodiles, especially in the large species, are possible in
Right.
this day and age.
Well,
They're
and I
just
would
very
guess
rare.
I would guess that would also have a lot to do with over their years. How good was the environment of water
Yeah.
and seasons, and how good was the hunting?
Yeah.
and-
Also, especially with these big crocodiles, once they get to a certain size, there's basically nothing that can touch them.
yeah,
But they have to get there,
that
and
size,
that's really
right.
hard. Yeah.
So I have to get over that hump, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then,
So these guys live. Also, again, I said they'll eat big things like cattle.
Right.
But they'll also eat small. Like it depends what size they are. But basically, anything meat they'll eat.
Right.
If they're at that's appropriate size.
Me too.
They live in rivers, lakes, salt marshes, mangrove swamps, sandy coasts, and even on islands.
Okay.
So they're a more coastal species. That's why in Florida you can see American crocs, but they're like right on the tip of the coast.
okay.
Because they are a more also they can go into salt water, by the way. They can go between fresh and salt water.
Oh, so they can go fresh, brackish, salt.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's why you only see American crocodiles more on the coast. And why
okay.
inland you see all the alligators.
Because alligators can't. Brackish
Yes,
starts
alligators
to
are
mess with them.
freshwater.
Okay.
So this guy lives, obviously they live on the Pacific coast, Mexico, like Baja California, Mexico, down to kind of down.
Right.
But most of the population is located in the Gulf of the New World, because everyone's debating what the Gulf of Mexico / America is called. So I decided no one
The
gets
Gulf.
no one gets to name it now. It's the Gulf of the New World.
It's
okay?
just the Gulf.
They all got upset, so now no one gets it. That's what they do in school, right? Like no one.
And by the way,
one gets the
it is
cookie.
not the Gulf of Hormuz. Totally different, or the Straits of Hormuz.
No.
It is. Somebody in your class, somebody was saying that they thought
What?
there was somebody who said that they thought the war was being fought in the Gulf and that
Did they get confused by Venezuela?
I don't know.
Whatever. Okay.
It's not. He wasn't in a war zone. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I made a kind of a dumb joke, but yeah. So they live in like the Caribbean and Florida, Texas, Mexico, coastal stuff like that.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah. I was just like, no one gets the name now. You're all fired. Anyway, on to some more land-based
Blue
animals.
Morpho. Yeah.
We have the Pelidus blue morpho, which
Here,
can be showcased here by this awesome Lego set. It's a Lego set with 3 really nice bugs, and one of them is the blue morpho.
Yeah.
Very pretty. You can see
If you
here.
tilt it a little bit.
Yeah, the blue morpho. Yeah. So it's a insect, order Lepidoptera, which is butterflies, and then family Nymphidalidae, which is also like more. I think Lepidoptera might also include moths, but
Nice.
so it's a butterfly.
Okay.
Wingspan 5 inches to 8 inches. So I think this is
Probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, maybe a little big.
I mean,
for an average one, especially.
Although that's not
Diet
unusual
nectar
for some butterflies.
obviously the young caterpillars eat leaves,
Right.
and then the butterflies eat nectar.
Right.
Or fermenting fruit. I just because the image I have is not. I did see some wild individuals, but the image I have is from they had like a butterfly garden.
Okay.
And apparently they'll leave out fruit for the butterflies, which they do drink the juices out of.
Right.
And apparently some of the butterflies will get drunk on the fermented fruit, and you'll see them like kind of like.
Isn't there monkeys that
tipsy
do that
around.
too?
There's lots of animals
that do that.
Yeah. Anyway, they live in rainforest, dry forest, cloud forest, and swamps from Central to South America, ranging from Mexico to like Paraguay, Peru, that sort of down there.
And the top picture there,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen one of those, like the butterfly exhibits around here, haven't we?
They're
Okay.
pretty common.
So, like, I think at Brookfield Zoo in the butterfly net, and maybe
or at least a blue morpho species.
a blue morpho species, and Norton Boat Nart next to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Bart Norton.
The science center.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
across the street from Lincoln Park Zoo. I think they have some.
Yeah.
So you can see very similar.
Yeah.
Here, if you go to the butterfly.
So
tent.
here's the complicated thing.
Okay.
We're not actually sure if this is its own species or not. So, popularly this is the one I saw specifically is the Pelidus blue morpho.
Okay.
Morpho Pelidus.
Okay.
However, modern authorities are starting to consider it a subspecies of the common blue morpho, Morpho helenor. However, this gets even more complicated when this species has its own 13 subspecies, including the Costa Rican Morpho Pelidus limpida. So, it's a blue morpho. That's all that really matters.
So if you call him by the wrong name and he just flies up to you like, dude, do you not see this spot right here?
Yeah, so
I'm unique.
It's up for debate, but it's a type of blue morpho. That's for indigenous morpho.
Yeah.
Also, it's not on the Lego figure because the Lego figure. But if you see from my image, and you can kind of see it in the other image, the outside of their wings actually are brown, and they have eye spots.
Oh yeah.
Which is a form of Batesian mimicry, where it's like even though the butterfly itself is harmless, it tricks the predator thinking they're looking at a bigger predator like a bird or a snake. And they get scared and won't eat the butterfly.
Like animals that are brightly colored but aren't really venomous or poisonous.
Yeah.
They've just.
So I definitely want to do a mimicry podcast.
Okay.
So maybe we'll talk about that more in a mimicry podcast.
Okay.
But yes, so they do. That's why the outside of the wings are brown with eye spots. Not
on here now it's just kind of black and white.
No, ignore the Lego.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
also, no,
this
on the
area would be
on
kind
the
of
outside.
Oh, the underside.
Oh, underside, yeah.
Sorry. Oh.
No, the outside just has some white spots on it.
Okay.
So, like, you can kind of see in my image from the butterfly garden, you can see the eye spots.
Yeah.
But Dad, look, I'm kind of showing Dad. So
yeah, and I'm showing them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, okay, so let's look at the bottom book.
It's the Great Big Book of Everything with everything inside of it.
This has the
See
American
the world around
crocodile. Because I brought like a kid's book I had with crocodiles in it because I could not find the American
This
crocodile.
has been. Wait.
That's the best book ever.
This is the best book ever. This is the Great Big. Wait, I'm going to switch cameras here. Auto. This is the Great Big Book of Everything. We've had this book for 1 billion years.
Yeah.
Or at least since it was published. It's called the Smithsonian Animal, the Definitive Visual Guide.
I have no idea how up to date
It lives in our library, and it is always, I can't find a picture of, have you checked the great big book of everything?
It doesn't have every animal in it.
Well,
but
no,
it
but
does have a very good selection of the most.
Yes,
common
it's always come through for us, basically.
Yes. So actually, first let's see if they have the American crocodile, because I forgot, and I'll be honest, that book, it kind of talks about the relation, like comparing alligators and crocodiles, but that's really the only thing about American crocodiles in it.
Right.
So let's see. That's a Komodo dragon. No. No, they don't. No one has the American crocodile. Everyone has the Nile crocodile and the saltwater crocodile. No one has the American crocodile. I'm sorry, I just can't find the book where it's really. Even that book I brought doesn't really feature it. So.
Oh, here.
I tried, but really there is no book that's.
He's also got this Alligators and Crocodiles by Gail Gibbons.
It's a good book for kids.
It's
a
a good
cute
little
book, but it doesn't really.
It's a kid's book, but it's got some good facts in it.
And then
it's got
there's one page. I might have skipped it. Oh yeah, here you go.
It just gives a lot of.
There's the crocodile versus alligator thing.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is probably
yeah.
a podcast in of itself.
Yeah.
But basically, crocodiles have longer snouts, and they also, like, their teeth that point up can also be seen outside of the jaw.
Yeah.
They don't really have as much of a lip as alligators do.
So if you've got a kid kind of interested in alligators, crocodiles, and that kind of thing, this is a good little. It's got a lot of good information in it, but it's presented nicely for young
so
kids.
the Nymphidae family is actually just a subset of butterflies.
Okay.
Well, the order Lepidodara is moths and butterflies.
Okay.
And this one includes monarch butterflies and Morphopelidus.
Here, I'll
This
try and
was
get
back
that.
before they really started debating that, so that definitely this book says Morphopelidus.
If you lean it, you'll get better.
Right there. And talks about this, but yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a cool butterfly, regardless of what its taxonomic status is.
Yeah. It's the great big book of everything.
That's
with
a
everything
reference to
inside
a
of it.
kid's show that I watched as a
See the
kid.
world around you. It's Stanley.
I have no idea.
Stanley was the boy, and then there was a goldfish or something.
And a dog.
And a dog, yeah.
And that's also that show is one of the reasons the cedar waxwing's one of my favorite birds, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, on to another bird I really like, and when I got to see, I'm super happy I got to see in Costa Rica. I saw both a male and female.
Okay.
Not that I got a good picture of either.
Right.
I didn't get a picture of the female, and the male picture is it might be in it. I'm not positive.
Right.
But also, I got a figure because of this animal, specifically for this podcast and because I really wanted one. This is the great curassow, Crax rubra.
Okay, here, I'm going to swing over to...
So this is a very interesting
Close-up
bird.
camera.
Somewhat related to turkeys and stuff because it's in the order Galliformes. Family Carcharidae is mostly the curassows. You can see it's black, large black bird with a little yellow fleshy bump on its nose for display. In the males, we'll get to the females, they don't have that. So that big yellow flesh
Lumpy on his
lump
nose.
is for display.
Cool.
They can get from 2'7" to 3'3" long, so
So
quite-
from beak to tail.
yes.
Okay.
And then they can weigh 6.8 to 10.6 pounds.
Which
So-
for a bird is...
yeah, that's pretty sizable.
yeah.
They are omnivores.
Okay.
And they can live in rainforest, dry forest, rural, island, and sometimes mountainous areas.
Okay.
The one I was in kind of a mountainous area, like in the foothills.
Okay.
And in the rainforest. So the first picture's from Wikipedia, so you get a good look.
Right.
But the second image, I think the black splotch, like right there, I'm showing Dad. Like it's like in the far corner.
Point with your finger. Let me see.
Might be.
Left-hand side, about a third of the way from the bottom.
There's like an extra black spot that might be it. I'm sorry,
be.
I couldn't
Okay.
get a good. I mean, we were on
Yeah.
a sky tram. I was worried
Yeah.
about dropping something or just falling and
falling
dying.
in.
To be honest, and
Falling
also we were up there for an hour. And
Yeah.
it kept stopping and going so people could get on and off.
Oh, okay.
And it would swing every time you. I was. It was not honestly that fun. I mean, I'm very happy I went because I saw a
Right.
curassow, I saw a heron eat a snake.
Right.
There was a lot of cool stuff on that tram ride, but that was a questionable experience. Anyway, so this species lives from Mexico to Ecuador, so central and then very northern South America.
Okay.
What's interesting is on Wikipedia, it actually was talking about its like evolutionary spreading, which is very interesting. They appeared the ancestors of this bird appeared around 9 million years ago. Then about 6 million years ago, the Andes in Colombia started to pop. Like the part of the Andes in Colombia started to form the mountains.
So the volcanic.
Yeah, so
formed the-
it kind of split the population in two.
Okay.
The northern population would spread out a little bit on the coast and up into Central America
Okay.
and become the Great Curacao and some other relatives. But the closest living relatives are in the other population.
Okay.
What they split, and that evolved into a new species, which is now its closest living relative.
Okay.
Which is the blue-billed curassow, which is one of my favorite birds because I'd say the behind the scenes, that was really the moment where I realized I really wanted to become a zookeeper. One of the birds there I really liked was the blue-billed curassow because he liked me because I dropped him mealworms by accident.
Oh, that was at
Yeah,
Brookfield Zoo.
Yeah.
You can go see them. Go to
That
Brookfield
was-
Zoo. The room, the
Feathers and scales.
feathers and scales. When you walk in, go straight back.
The-
There's the big hole in the wall where you
Yeah.
can see the birds. They're the ones walking around, usually off to the right.
Yeah.
You're walking
and then
around
also
over
that's
there.
where the Indian cocks of the rocks are. So yeah.
Yeah,
But this
and
one,
they
like,
and these ones you're talking about will typically hop up onto the railing.
if it's open, sometimes it's not.
yeah, and
but
be
yeah.
like right there with you.
So
Yeah.
I have a male of the blue-billed curassow
Yeah.
image on this last slide, and also I have a female of the great curassow to
Okay.
show sexual dimorphism.
Okay.
What's interesting is that this is actually a red morph of the female.
Okay.
The one we saw had like more stripes.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so blue-billed curassow and a female of the great curassow, which we're talking about.
Nice.
So yeah, this was a really cool bird to see.
Yeah, this is cool.
It's up there. I like the bigger birds. I like bigger birds, and I like more shore birds. I think they're my
Yeah.
two favorite groups. But yeah, so this was a cool bird to see.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so that is days 4 and 5 of Costa Rica. Lots of cool animals. I did see more on my, not the one I'm about to post, but the one after that. I'll talk about a couple other animals from days 4 and 5.
Right.
And yeah, so this is the end of this podcast. Next podcast will be the last Costa Rica podcast, which we'll probably do sometime next week.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, no, I'm not sure when you're watching this, but from when we're
doing it.
which we do these lives where they come out as we're talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that will be the last Costa Rica one, and then we'll go back to other topics. And
Cool.
not that I think these were bad podcasts by any means. I think it was really cool to cover my trip and
Yeah.
like, these are animals I actually saw and like what did I see, what did I learn, things like that. But
Right.
I think after this, I'll be happy to go back to more general topics. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh wait, before we do that,
Yeah.
the Big Bird book. We should look at the Great Curacao real quick.
oh yeah. Here, wait.
Dad, do you need me to pick it up?
I got it. Hang on a second.
Don't kill yourself.
I got it. Okay, I got
It
it.
doesn't sound like that. Alright, so the Great Curacao. Very, very early on in the book, it looks like. Yeah. Like. Yes. Alright. So. If we look here.
Where is it? This page? Or
No, this page. So up here at the top, we have the Great Curacao, and you can see there's a more dark morph and a light morph, red morph of the female.
Okay.
I think I saw a more dark morph with more stripes on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then there's the Great Curacao, and then its closest living relative is right here, the blue-billed curassow,
Cool.
which that one's more like southern Colombia and stuff, while Great Curacao is more like Colombia up through like Costa Rica and Mexico and stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah. But yeah, so overall, very cool day. I was very happy to see the Great Curacao.
Yeah.
And next time will be the last Costa Rica podcast, and there'll be some really cool animals that I think you'll like. We'll talk about the capuchins and the macaws. We'll talk about some of the big ones. So
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.